communication. Communication is one of the primary interaction tools within and as all our established relationships within our worlds or our realities. The point of communication that I'm discussing within this interview is particularly focusing on verbal communication. Now, if you have a look at throughout our lives, we have spent most, if not all, of our time within our mind, preoccupied and participating within and as our thoughts, wherein our primary communicative relationship is, in essence, within and as our own mind consciousness system, wherein it is, in essence, a form of verbal communication as we actually verbally communicate and speak with ourselves within and as our own mind, where we most often have conversations through images, thoughts, ideas, projections, imaginations. And so we can say, in essence, the relationship we have with our mind in relation to the point of communication is one of our primary communication relationships. And then in terms of the people in our world, it is our secondary communication relationship. Now, in terms of communication, what I've noticed is, for example, that you will, when or during communicating with someone, that you will only actually communicate or speak an overview or maybe only a 10% of what you intended to communicate within yourself. Wherein your communication, thus with others in physical reality, is only done a quarter of the percentage, whereas 3/4 of the percentage is left or kept or maintained within and as your own mind. So, for example, let's say you're communicating with someone in reality, and you have prepared a conversation with them about a particular specific point. What you'll notice is when you get to the point of actually communicating it, what you intended to say or prepared to say will only be relayed 10% of the exact precise information that was already within you. 90% of the information will not even be spoken in the exact precise detail as it has been prepared within yourself. Now, this point of separation in communication, wherein how you communicate within yourself and without, can manifest extensive miscommunication in your world, in your reality, because most of the time, because we've got such an established communication with our own mind consciousness system, we have a lot of presumption and assumption in relation to other human beings within our world, from the perspective that we already presume or assume that they already know and understand what we know and understand about a particular point or topic or situation or person or experience. And we tend to communicate within that belief or idea that the person we're communicating to already knows and understands, sees and experiences the exact same as we do. And that is not the case. That assumption, belief, idea, and perception was manifested and created because of the constant, continuous, established communicative relationship we have with our mind consciousness system, where we already know and understand and experience what we do, but that does not mean the other person does. So ensure that within your communication, that whatever you intend to speak or pre-prepare within yourself is relayed to another person 100% to the exact precise detail, so that our communication within ourselves and without is equal and one, meaning that we don't just speak to people from an overview perspective, just giving them 10% of the information that we understand, realize, see, and experience within ourselves. Make sure that when you communicate directly to the point, giving all the information in spoken words, so that the person you're communicating to can stand with you in an equal and one starting point, base, or platform. Because a lot of the time, many have the experience of, oh, the person doesn't understand me, or no one understands me. But that's not the case. The thing is that you're not understanding that the person you're communicating to, or wanting to communicating to, or attempting to communicating to, is not at the same starting point, understanding, platform, or base that you are. So people, make sure that when you communicate precisely, exactly, to the point, all the detail of where you are, what you're experiencing. I mean, within that, you're just becoming more specific within yourself as well, wherein you ensure that your communication within your mind does not precede your communication within your physical reality with human beings. So start becoming more aware of your communication. Make sure that most of your communication does not happen within your own mind, but that you start focusing on your reality communication, your physical communication, through writing, blogging, vlogging, speaking to actual people, writing on the forums. Be very aware of this point, so that we can ensure that our communication is within reality, within this physical reality, and then that communication is absolutely specific, so that we ensure that we don't again recreate just information, personas, split personalities within our own mind consciousness system, but that we know we're here because we speak here in reality. Thanks.